Today I'm with Andy Heck. Andy Heck owns Alpin Haus. He's going to tell you his story, and we're definitely going to talk about branding. So, Andy, thanks for being with me today.
Yeah, happy to be here, Paul. It's going to be fun.
Sitting in an RV that's, I mean, this is like a living room, really. This is nice.
There's no such thing as really roughing it in the RV industry anymore.
Yeah, exactly, no doubt. I want you to tell everybody about your business. I mean, you have Alpin Haus, which is RVs, you have boats, you have snowmobiles, you have, I mean, you have a fitness center.
We have a fitness center. You know, we started as a ski shop. We still have 2 ski stores. We do swimming pools. So we do a little bit of everything in the outdoor recreation world, so to speak.
So basically you have several different types of revenue coming in. I mean, you've got all, I mean, you're touching everything that's enjoyable. Basically.
Absolutely. You know, when my father started our business in 1964, and as we grew, he was always looking for things that might make sense that would help the revenue stream, you know, throughout the year and to, you know, through the peaks and valleys, because all of our products are kind of seasonal, so, you know, depending on what they are a little bit. So there's always ways to fill the gap and have a market for revenue coming in.
To kind of give people an idea of how large your companies are, I was driving by, like I said, you know, I live on the direct, you know, further up the road, driving by and it looks like the lot filled up again. I mean, do you have any idea how many RVs that you actually have on the lot here?
I would say right now, I mean, because we're right now right at the fringe of the startup of the really, really busy season. So we've been stocking all winter and now the spring. We probably have in excess of 300 for sale. Plus, you know, we have a lot of customers that have their units in for that stored them with us over the winter or getting ready for the season. So if you looked on the lot right now, I mean, there's probably all told probably over 500 here. You know, so it's yeah, it's busy.
Yeah, no doubt. And how many employees do you have?
Company-wide, we go up and down depending on the time of year. Last year we peaked at about 260, and wow. So we figure we'll probably be at that or a little bit more again this summer.
Okay, excellent. Well, the one thing I want to talk about today is branding. Tell me what branding means to you as a business owner.
Well, to us, you know, and it's funny because we do talk about that a lot of times, you know, of how we want to be perceived. And to us, branding is what do the customers perceive us? You know, as we've talked about with our employees, as we've tried to mature as a company, is that branding isn't what we tell the world it is, it's what our customers perceive that we are. So we kind of have gone through that self-identification process through the years of what is our culture, what do we stand for, and how do we get to that. So we like to, you know, we like to be known for certain things, so then we hire culturally and we promote to make sure everything fits in with our brand.
Well, I think you nailed that on the head. I mean, you said it perfectly. Because so many times when a business owner is trying to decide a brand, they think it's a logo and a color and a slogan, and maybe a jingle if they're, you know.
Right. Yeah, but it's much more than that. Yeah, and for us, you know, obviously color is important, you know, so that's as like we said, we tried to mature, you know, with consistent letterhead, with, you know, colors. You know, our color is green with a, you know, background a little tan, but so we try to make everything in the theme with proper signage. So everything that we do is put out professional to support our brand. But more than that, it's you know, what do we stand for? You know, and that's with us. It's you know, we talked about the products that we're in, and we're mostly recreation. We're helping families, you know, create memories, and we. You know, so a lot of it, what we do is about families, and a lot of it is about quality and, you know, it's customer service. So,
can you kind of tell everybody what is your brand? What is the brand that you're really, you know? And it's so hard to talk about, though. I mean, I know, like our own personal brand, it's in my head, and I try to hire the right people, like you said, to resonate that brand. But if we were to survey the clients that have understood your brand.
And we did. We surveyed, you know, we went back probably now 6-7 years ago, and we did one of those surveys just to see and try to discover what do customers perceive us. And they really perceived us as being highly professional, to being very friendly. And the friendly kept coming through over and over and over again. And that's something that I think, because we hire, when we talk about culture, we hire employees that we treat them like family. We tell them, one of our mission statements is, everyone is family in our house. And so we say that's how we have to treat each other as employees as family. Mm-hmm. We have to treat our vendors, we have to treat our customers, and it came through loud and clear with our customers. We have a culture of people that are having fun, that are friendly and professional. Right. You know, and it's a balance, because you want to have fun, but you got to be professional at the same time. So it's, and you know, it's not an either or game.
So it's just built into you. You don't actually do anything to stay motivated, or it's just the way you're wired.
Yeah, it's the way I'm wired. I mean, so my calendar is such that I build in my time with my family or my training or hanging out with my buddies. But if I have downtime, I'm watching YouTube videos on leaders. I'm reading books. I try to read, and it's kind of funny as you run into other mentors and other business people that have the same qualities. Like I read 30 books last year. They were all basically, success, business, autobiographies, things that could, and the more you read, the more you want to do more of that.
So all the books you're reading and everything, let's bring it back to branding. Has it helped you with branding the company?
Absolutely, yeah, it really has. Because you get to think about how companies were successful, how people were successful, what they did, what does it mean, and there's so much out there where what I've learned is don't try to become somebody else. You have to do who you are. So many people are like, oh, I'm going to change gears. I'm going to be like them.
Right.
And that's not the thing. You just have to you have to use those lessons and apply it in your own world of what makes you tick. Because everybody's a little bit different. You can't be sure you can copy best practices, but you can't be a copycat company, so to speak.
But talking about branding a little more, if you were to share some ideas with business owners about branding, what would you share? What comes to mind?
About branding?
Kind of put you on spot.
Yeah, I know it's tough to think of, because you said it's kind of an intangible, but I think with branding is to really kind of know, don't be all over the board. You got to kind of, it's easy in today's day and age, there's such every business has such a breadth of what they do. I think you have to realize, what am I good at? And obviously, as you try to expand businesses, everybody's tendencies, just like us too, is like you want more of everything, but you can't be into everything. So you have to figure out, even within the segments you're in, what am I good at? What do I specialize in? And does that fit the brand? So we talk about that a lot when we look at different products. Does that fit our culture, who we are? Whether it could even be quality. Like there could be an RV or a boat, and we look at that's not really who we are. So those are the things I think. Does it fit? If you're a low price model and now you want to bring in a luxury brand, is somebody going to buy a luxury brand at your store? And and then the people you hire, do they fit in with the brand? So. Are they the type of people that work in the brand that you're trying to establish or have established?
Right.
So I think, and especially with younger companies, because you talk to younger people who are starting something, and I think their personality has to be. They can't run a company that's not in line with their personality. They have to actually believe it, because the employees can see through. If you say we're the best at this, but you live a different way, it's not transparent.
Right. Exactly. Andy, is there anything you'd like to share with anybody as we wrap this up? Because you gave a lot of great information. Is there any, wisdom, any bit of wisdom that you could share with business owners?
I think just that, I think that, you have to adapt to change, and you have to see, you have to, we're always in it for the long term, so we stay true to our principles, but you have to be flexible and you have to be willing to change, because if you don't, you go away. That's my story. Now tell me yours.